Get this, Bermuda Island Group Limited just opened up a new restaurant in Bermuda. This restaurant is called Brew. They serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this is what they said about themselves on their own website. A must-experience Bermuda dining destination for locals and visitors alike. Brew is the hottest upcoming eatery in Bermuda. Now, let me tell you something about hyping yourself up. I love it. I love the energy. As a new entrepreneur, you have to talk about your company like that. You have to talk about your restaurant, your business, whatever it is. So whenever I'm reading stuff like this on the internet and I'm seeing that there are like new up and coming restaurants in Bermuda, I'm excited. I after reading that, I was like, you know what? I think we need to go to Brew. All right, let's get going, ladies and gentlemen. For starters, I got the feta and spinach wrap for $10.95. One thing you'll notice at Brew is, although Bermuda is the 2019 and 2020 most expensive country in the world, the prices here are very affordable. In fact, I compare them to Starbucks, at least in price, because Starbucks food isn't as good, but that's a conversation for another day. My feta wrap was hot and served to me in under 2 minutes. The egg whites were delicious, and you could tell that they weren't out of the freezer, which was a pleasant surprise. I really appreciated them removing the yolk because of the extra cholesterol, and the spinach was a great accent when contrasted with the feta cheese. Also, the spinach wrap was a nice addition because I'm very health conscious, so I appreciate the emphasis on having a wrap on their menu that's protein packed but doesn't make you feel bloated afterwards. You can even tell they put it under a hot press because it had a nice crispity crunch to it. Just a heads up though, the wrap is going to be a little bit messy, so make sure you get tons of napkins. I guess my only negative was that there was a lot of feta cheese, but this is a personal preference. If you love cheese and you're a genuine cheese lover, this is definitely the breakfast item for you. Having drank a good deal of Starbucks while in university, I can say that the caramel mocha is something straight out of sugary corporate heaven. Don't, and I mean do not, add sugar to this drink. This was my biggest mistake. It's actually so sweet, I guarantee your teeth are gonna ache. But I mean that in the best way. Every time I went to Brew, I got this drink. It really is that good. The coffee and drinks are pricey here, so it'll easily double your meal, but as long as you can afford Starbucks, you can easily afford drinks here, so it's not really a big deal. The smoked salmon bagel is a whopping $16. It comes with cream cheese, onion jam sauce, and capers. I think they also snuck in some jalapenos on mine, which was very welcome. I love a good spicy kick, especially when the peppers aren't too overwhelming. The entire experience was right in my wheelhouse. I've never been a super big fan of capers, but that's not anyone's fault. The salmon was very fresh, which is to be expected living on an island, but it wasn't so fishy that it would turn people off who are sensitive to that sort of thing. The bagel had a nice sweetness to it. I'm assuming that was because of the jam sauce. Also, that bagel was lightly toasted, which, like the feta wrap, this added a nice texture element. Soft on the top and crunchy on the bottom. Very nice. Once again, the food came out hot and in under 5 minutes. Definitely scored a 10 out of 10 on the first 2 items. My sister ended up ordering the ham and Swiss croissant for $9.50, which is a great price for what they're giving you. It's big in size and enough to fill you up. It has a crispy crunch on the outside and a soft, cheesy interior. Not to mention, the sandwich is heated to perfection. The only drawback was that the egg was lacking taste, but it was still the best egg sandwich that my sister says she has had on the island. In fact, she thought it was so good that when we went back a second time, she ordered it again. And as expected, she enjoyed it even more the second time. Obviously, it's worth a try for those of you that grew up eating morning croissants from a Burger King drive-thru. If this was good enough for my sister, I know it's definitely not going to disappoint you. It's affordable, it's filling, and who knows, it might even make you a repeat customer. The last breakfast item that I tried was the spicy egg biscuit. I'm not gonna lie, I saved it for last because its appearance isn't as appealing as others. But when I tell you it hit different, I mean it. If you can get past the overcooked look of the biscuit, which I'm sure was purely accidental, trust me when I say I'm gonna be ordering this breakfast item from Brew for a long time to come. Believe it or not, this was actually my favorite breakfast item out of everything that I ordered. Coming in at a staggering $7.75, this may be the cheapest breakfast item I have ever ordered in Bermuda. I'm used to everything being easily double digits in price, but this breakfast biscuit is not the case. This is pretty cool. So I wasn't expecting there to be a cycling competition going on this morning, but I mean, that's Bermuda, that's Front Street for you. But the really cool thing about it is that if you're eating your brew, you have a great view of everything that's going on. It's kind of one of the perks of being on Front Street, because Front Street's one of the more popular. That's so dope. I love that. Front Street is one of the more popular places on the island because it's kind of like the epicenter of town. So you can always go in the morning, evenings, any time of the day and expect to see something happening. During this food review, wasn't expecting to see any of this stuff. I thought I was just gonna be talking about food today. But as you can see, got a little taste of the cycling world, so that's pretty dope. That is pretty much all that I have for this episode. Keep it going. That's it, y'all. Not to get long and drawn out, but I really appreciate all of you who stuck to the end and actually watched everything. And if you have any ideas about what type of foods you want me to eat next, places you want me to go, places in Bermuda that you want me to review, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment down below, and we'll get right to it, because you know me, I love eating some food. All right, I'll catch you all later. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.
I'd just like to do a shout out to my children, Genesis, who is in Bermuda. Hey Jam, mommy loves you. And then my other two daughters, Pretty and Priya, who are now residing in England. Devon, Exeter to be exact. Hey Pretty, hi Priya, mommy loves you. I just want to give a shout out to Grant Rivers, who made this all possible. Peace, brother. All the best to you. Deuces. Peace and love.